right, we are back with another Seeds of Success. Orly and Dottie both here, and today's show title is Stay in Tune. And that doesn't mean, get your radio station on your little transistor to stay in tune. Basically what it is we're just telling you how to stay in tune with, your town, the schools around you, just all the community calendar stuff. Dottie, I know you've mentioned to me I've learned so much from you, Dottie. The bowling center I'm in, I'm not as experienced as some of you, and you guys teach me a lot of these things, and that's what we want to do and share these experiences with other people. So do you want to maybe explain a little bit what it means to be involved in community and stay in tune with, everywhere,
Yes.
schools, everything?
Yes, it would be my pleasure. Staying in tune with your community is as simple as being aware, getting involved, finding out the community calendar and looking and seeing, what different organizations are going to be doing different things. There's a lot of if you're in a larger market and you have a visitors and conventions bureau, certainly establish a relationship with them. Find out what's coming to town, what seminars are going to be in town, and most anything that's any type of a group or convention that's coming in, they're looking for activities. So, you can get involved and work with the Conventions Bureau and, find out opportunities that are coming in that you can get involved with. As far as your community, though, there are so many ways that you can contribute to your community. And to your schools for that matter.
Yeah.
There's different school activities, there's different organizations at the different schools that you can become involved with. And that message of you getting involved can have so much impact on your center. Sometimes you might look at, gosh, all I did was really become an acceptance point, or a point where people could go and drop off food donations for the local food bank. Well, that's very important. It's helpful, but it also shows your customer and your community that you're invested in that community, that you're there to stay, you want to be involved. And, Orly, you and I are very into different demographics, and we do a lot of research, and we attend a lot of seminars and stuff on the younger generations and what the needs are of that younger generation. And the younger generations, the Gen Zers, for example, causes are so very important to them, and they stand behind businesses that support causes. So if you are a center and you're supporting the local Humane Society, for example, little do you know that you're not only supporting the Humane Society, but you are gathering respect, and you're actually growing your business, because now Gen Zers are looking at that and going, wow, this center supports the Humane Society. We need to check them out. That's really cool, right?
Yeah, that's important. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I agree, like what you mentioned too. And a lot of these are public. You could search online your local school's calendar to see their days off, but something as simple as that. But if you do reach out, reach out to the school, that just shows that you're checking in and that you are, like you mentioned, you are, you do want to be involved. So if you're just like, hey, we're just getting ready for our month, we want to see what kind of activities you guys have on, or what days off the kids might have, because we want to be prepared for those kids, or maybe run some specials the days off, the children are off, and they'll see that. And when they're planning trips or they're planning fun activities, they might say like, hey, let's reach out to that bowling alley. They seem like they do care about the kids here, so that makes a huge difference. And then just build a calendar that you have inside your center for your staff to see, so they could say, hey, oh, it's spring break this week, we better make sure we're prepared and ready, or let's open early. You might open at 5 p.m. on a weekday, maybe open up early if the kids are on spring break. So it definitely makes a difference, finding out what's happening in your local community and reaching out to, like you maybe your local chamber of commerce. You could even reach out to hotels. They know usually what's going on, because as you notice, sometimes hotels raise their prices when there's a certain event coming to town. So they and they know that for the same reason. They're doing their research. We had reached out to a hotel about a few things before, and then they ended up saying, hey, can we put some flyers in our hotel rooms saying that you guys are around here because people are coming from out of town? So just us reaching out to the hotel about a simple question in return got our name into their hotel rooms. So customers would know that we're around and can go there, especially we're in a lake town. So on rainy days, hey, here's a little flyer for this bowling center in town. So yeah, reaching out definitely makes a difference. They see that you're involved and that that you want to be involved, and they're going to be involved with you in return.
Right. And, it's all about creating that network as well. So, as you said, reaching out to the hotels and stuff, you're starting to establish that relationship. It's a win-win situation, right? You're helping them, they're helping you. But, as far as also getting involved in your community, physically getting involved in your community and showing a presence in your community, that's, as we discussed, that's really important. And it shows the community that you're there, right? And that you're there more than just as a for-profit business. But you can also take that as an opportunity for your staff to get involved too. So you can plan certain things. I'll give you an example. As a center, you could actually take on and volunteer like with Habitats for Humanity. So maybe one afternoon, you and some of your staff members could go out and help with a home build for Habitat for Humanity. That is a good message. It also it's a good experience for you to get involved with your staff like that, and show that you're willing to do things like that and support the community. So
yeah, I agree. A big one too is like the Girl Scouts will sometimes sell at certain locations.
mhm.
There's there's some people that can be like, oh, we don't want people selling stuff in front of our building, but you don't look at the negative impact you're sending by saying, hey, we don't want the Girl Scouts in front of our building. Something as simple as letting somebody set up a table. Maybe there's charity events. We've had people reach out before like, hey, we're trying to raise money. We just want to be able to set up there. I recently did with my senior bowling, I did the aging department in our town reached out and said, hey, can we sponsor it? We'll pay for half the payment of each person that bowls that day. And then we just want to set up a table, giving out some information on, dementia. And
Mhm.
it was a good networking. We're working with them and they want to do another event, they said, and it goes a long way. So, and people see that you're, oh, wow, they work with aging department. They really care about that stuff. They really care about working with the community. So yeah, that stuff is all very important.
Yeah, that the message, the underlying message that goes along with, not only are you helping by allowing them to come in and exposing that, you're giving them an opportunity to be exposed to a lot of people, but the message that you're sending back that, hey, I am supporting this cause and it's important enough for me to allow these people to come in. And sometimes there may be that opportunity or maybe that need to say, no, I'm sorry, you can't put out a table or whatever. Maybe you're not comfortable with it at the moment, or you have a conflict of something down the road. But there's always other less obvious ways that you can still show your support. So always keep an open mind, and especially with your community, you want to constantly be in the know of what's going on, what's happening, even things like road closures and how it might impact your customers getting
Yeah.
to, to getting to your center, or, in the case of like weather, even, you want to be mindful of, hey, gosh, there's a storm coming in and we're supposed to be, the roads are supposed to be icy, at 8 o'clock. So you need to be tuned into all of that, making sure that you are aware of what's going on, aware of anything that could impact your customers that are coming into your center or your employees that are trying to get to work, and making decisions based on knowing everything that's going on around you.
Yeah,
So
and I had mentioned one of our previous shows, and I'm a big believer in it, but to kind of put yourself in the other person's shoes,
mhm.
we've had it before. We wanted to can we put a flyer in your library? No, we don't allow those kind of flyers here. But then in return, the one I just had a lady the other day come in, can I hang this? We're having a book sale. You sure can. And why did I say you sure can? Because she had just hung one and another, they've let us hang stuff there. So, take it, remember, you might need them someday, and just remember the way you treated them or the way that you help them and the community is going to definitely make a big impact.
Yes, and Orly, I know we're going to have another episode completely about networking and the value of networking and in creating partnerships and friendships and stuff. But again, I just want to say, it's so important being a small business in the community to start to create your network and surround yourself with people that you're trying to help, all while they're trying to help you as well. There
Yeah.
is nothing that can compare to having a network of business people around you. So be mindful of that, and it's as simple as helping others so that they can be successful. They're going to in turn help you so that you can be successful. So
Exactly.
goes back to just treating people the way you want to be treated, right, Orly?
Yep, exactly. The golden rule.
There you go. There you go. Doesn't never gets old. Okay, well, listeners, we hope that today has been very valuable for you. Again, our job is to simply plant those seeds. It's your job to make those seeds grow. And the subjects that we're picking are subjects that we feel are just need to be brought back top of mind, or takes just a little bit of time out of your day to think about and see how you could utilize it to take your center or your business. You don't have to be a center to listen to our Seeds of Success
Yep.
podcast, but to take your business to the next level. So we hope that you enjoyed today, and we look forward to seeing you next week for another episode of Seeds of Success. Have a good day, everybody.